Welcome! Today we're diving into the inductive effect, a key concept in organic chemistry. Think of it as a tug of war between atoms for electrons, shaping how molecules behave. This effect explains why some acids are strong and others weak, all based on electron movement. We'll break it down with simple analogies and clear examples, focusing on how it affects acidity. By the end, you'll be able to predict acid strength just by looking at a molecule. Let's get started. So, what is the inductive effect? It's the permanent push or pull of electrons through sigma bonds. Atoms like chlorine or oxygen are more electronegative. They pull electrons closer, creating a partial negative charge. The less electronegative atom gets a partial positive charge, forming a dipole. This effect ripples through the molecule but fades after a few bonds. Imagine a tug on a blanket. One side gets more, the other less. The closer you are to the electronegative atom, the stronger the effect. It's all about how atoms influence electron distribution in a molecule. This charge separation impacts molecular properties, especially acidity. The inductive effect is permanent and depends on electronegativity differences. That's the core idea. Now, let's talk about the two types, I, and I effects. I groups are electron withdrawing. Think halogens, nitro, cyano, and carboxyl groups. They pull electrons toward themselves, creating partial positive charges nearby. I groups are electron donating, like alkyl groups, methyl, ethyl, etc. They push electrons away, increasing electron density on adjacent atoms. The bigger and more branched the alkyl group, the stronger its I effect. Knowing which groups pull or push electrons helps predict chemical behavior. I groups stabilize charges. I groups destabilize them. This classification is key for understanding reactivity and acidity. Remember, I takes, I gives. Why does this matter? Because electron pulling and pushing directly affect acidity. Acidity is about how easily a molecule donates a proton. A stable conjugate base means a stronger acid. I groups stabilize the negative charge on the conjugate base, making acid stronger. I groups push more electrons onto the base, making it less stable and acids weaker. The closer the group is to the acidic site, the bigger the effect. In short, I increases acidity, I decreases it. That's the link between inductive effect and acid strength. Let's compare acetic acid, CH3COOH, and chloroacetic acid, ClCH2COOH. Acetic acid's methyl group is I, pushing electrons and destabilizing its conjugate base. Chloroacetic acid has chlorine, I group, pulling electrons and stabilizing the base. Result: chloroacetic acid is much stronger than acetic acid. Now compare water, H2O, ethanol, CH3CH2OH, and phenol, C6H5OH. Ethanol's ethyl group is I, making its conjugate base less stable. So ethanol is a weaker acid than water. Phenol's benzene ring allows a negative charge to spread out, resonance, and also pulls electrons, I effect. This makes phenol's conjugate base very stable. So, phenol is a stronger acid than both water and ethanol. One atom or group can dramatically change acidity. The inductive effect and resonance together explain these trends. That's how you predict acid strength. Here's your cheat sheet. Focus on the stability of the conjugate base. I groups, halogens, nitro, cyano, pull electrons, stabilize the base, and increase acidity. The closer they are to the acidic proton, the stronger the effect. I groups, alkyls, push electrons, destabilize the base and decrease acidity. Bigger branched alkyls have a stronger I effect. The inductive effect is the permanent electron push or pull through sigma bonds. Master this, and you can predict acidity trends in organic molecules. You've got this.